to Strait podcast where we dive into topics that matter. Here with me, you have your host, Jemana Mafente, and today we'll be tackling a significant issue, which is social media and its effects on our youths. So today, joining us, we have our pupils, Tiana.
Hi.
And Samuel.
Hi, guys.
And I'm also thrilled to have our chaplain here, Navea.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So I have some questions for you guys, and this topic is going to be fun, right? Okay, so the first question goes to our chaplain. So, what role can it play in their faith and community engagement as youths? What do you think it can do to them? In what ways? Has it got engagements with everybody or just them?
Yeah, no, that's a very good question. And we've grown up, had an amazing privilege to grow up in this society where we are so connected. We have social media, we have Instagram, we have messages and phones, FaceTime, and so many ways that we can connect with people even if they're not beside us. And it can be a really important and impactful thing, but it also can hurt us by allowing us to look at other people's lives and wish that we were there, or wish that we had that body, or we're very easily distracted and can compare ourselves. But it can also be a really amazing tool in order to share our faith and share the way that God has impacted us. And not only sharing our lives, but also seeing other people and being able to, grow ourselves and see the way that they're living their lives and be like, wow, they really show the love of God, or I love how they incorporated this into their life, into their devotional time, and I want to start doing that too.
That's really good. Have you had any experiences as an individual in growing or doing anything in any area you've been in?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, social media, I only have Instagram. And even then, I've deleted it a couple times because it has been a falling point for me where I do compare myself. And it also, you can start doom scrolling and waste a lot of time. And I think the devil is he is very much in social media, and he wants to distract you. He wants you to pull away from God and not allow you to spend time or want to spend time with God. But I have tried my best to really make sure that social media, I set boundaries, so I have time limits, and just be very aware of how I'm using social media to, show my life and the way that God has impacted me.
That's really good. Thank you very much, Chaplain. So I'm going to ask Tiana a question as well. How do you see your peers using social media for good? Have you experienced any social motives, anything?
So thank you again for having me, Gemma. So I think social media is good. I've seen some of my friends posting things that raise awareness, such as mental health issues and social justice. And like Nevea said, a lot of people will be looking out to some of these social media platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, Messenger, because there are people actually out there that want to motivate us and inspire us. So we need these things once in a while, because maybe you're going through a bad day, you're having a bad day, and then you just open social media because it's a common thing we do as youths. And when you open it and then you just find it on your For You page and you're like, okay, I think this is a message from God telling me that no matter what I'm going through, there's someone out there that's going through a similar situation and they're trying to help me. So, yeah.
You mentioned something about mental health. How do you think social media can build someone?
So, there are some people that go through a lot of things, and to the point where they start posting what they go through. And other people will be going through similar things like I stated before. And when they see how they're handling their situation, they learn how to control their situations as well. Yeah.
That's really good, Tiana. I actually like that. So, remember we have Samuel with us, and I have a question for you too. Do you have any thoughts on how social media can help with community building among young people, especially in faith context?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Yeah, so in the faith concept, I think there are so many ways social media is really helping out in terms of building a strong community that is both spiritual and physically connected. So one of the ways I think I'm seeing social media helping out in terms of building a strong community is via communities being created on social media platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, and also Instagram. So each individual gets to share like a verse maybe or two in a day, and people get to contribute. Each one contributes his idea towards it.
Yeah, that's good. So in terms of community, have you ever experienced or any perspective, has anyone ever come to you to relate, or have you ever seen any social media platform that has come to you like on Instagram, any reels, anything you would like to share, any insights?
Yes. So mostly on Facebook, you see, and Instagram, you see some shortcutted, I would say like sermons, like they are like shortcutted sermons, like they extract some short reels out of the sermons where they get to share like key points, verses, and that really is encouraging to me. And so, for example, on WhatsApp as well, we get to see people sharing links on sermons, and that way each one is connected to each other, and that helps us grow spiritually.
We're now going on a commercial break. See you on the other side. Welcome everybody to Strait Talk podcast in our second session. I still have my dearest friends and our dearest chaplain with us. Okay, so we talked about the positive sides mostly. So now we're going to dive into the negative side. Okay, so we all know, according to the way we look, we are at Riverside Secondary School. Right, someone, Tiana?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. And we've experienced a lot as young children and as teenagers. So as we don't have our phones in school, we're at home, we're at school, and we're doing a lot. We are studying, and in terms of our academic basics. So yes, Tiana, as you're at home, have you experienced any negative effects about social media? Have you seen anything that has like given you a sad effect? You've been agitated? Tell me something.
So, yeah, remember how in the first session I talked about people send out positive messages? There are also people out there that try to bring us down. And this really affects us because I also talked about mental health. This will affect us so badly to the point where people start cyberbullying each other. They make fun of how you look, how you dress, and then this affects us greatly. Personally, I don't have such experience, but from what I see on social media, there'll be people out there sending bully texts and all that, and then you're out there wondering, is this actually a good thing? Yeah.
Maybe also try to come in there. So yeah, I think I've been one person who actually experienced that. I think there was this time I got back from school, then I opened through my phone, and the first thing I saw was my friend who were at the same school in grade 6. He recently went to UK, and so I saw him post a picture of him driving a car, and I was there like traumatized, and I was like, yeah. So social media really helps. It really makes you feel depressed and stuff when you see your other friend doing better, and you are there, living a poor life, a sad life here in Zambia. Yeah, so that's my experience with social media. So yeah, so in as much as social media is a good thing, there are also some bad part about that. So that has to be considered as well.
That's really good, Samuel. Tiana, that was really good. Oh, that reminds me. Back when I was at home, social media, I was through Instagram, and my friends, well, they're not pretty good. I realized that the type of friends I had were not really good because the social media would speak something that's anti-Christ. So from then, I learned to discover that social media has got its effects because it pushed me away from God. I had TikTok running, Instagram, Reels, blah, blah, blah. And, go back to school. Oh, guys, did you watch this, and this, and this, and this? And everybody was like, yeah, I watched that, and that. So from then, I knew that that's going to push me away from God. So what I did as an individual, I set a time out. So I give my time to God for some time and back to the media for some time. And from then I learned more. Chaplain, you're a little bit quiet. Yes. So have you received anyone like coming to you and asking you for advice, telling you about the story, what social media has done to them? Have you ever tackled any issue?
I haven't had anyone at the school come to me. But I mean, my personal experience, I was a day schooler. I had my phone when I went back home, and I definitely got distracted. There was definitely cyberbullying that happened, and a lot of hard things that the school in itself had to deal with. Yeah, so the principal had to do some damage control for sure, and words really can hurt. And with social media, I feel like you definitely have that protection of the phone. Like you have the phone, you're not face to face with people, and so you have more of a barrier to be able to say things because you're not looking at the person, and you don't really have that, like, if you say something, oh, like they're gonna beat me up or something, you know. Like you have distance and a lot more that you can say to hurt people, and so it can be a negative thing for sure. And just the way that you handle things, and really, yeah, allowing yourself to spend more time with God than on social media, I think is really pleasant. Because I mean, the fruits of your labor, you know, the time that you put into things, it's gonna show. If you put more time into social media, you're gonna be talking about like memes or all these other things instead of talking about God or godly values. So
that's good. Like, speaking of that, I realized we are boarders at Riverside Secondary School, and I feel for the day scholars. They have their phones all the time. Don't you think they get distracted and are far away from God? Don't you think they spend their time watching reels, TikToks, making them, dancing? That's not really related to God. And Samo, don't you think, how do you think that can affect them? Which ways?
Yeah, so being a day scholar, I think one of the ways where I am affected by social media is when I reach home, maybe I'll just be on my phone before studying, and I'll just like try to check up with the latest trend. And so when I open my phone, I will find myself scrolling there like for like 2 hours. Then like after I'm done there, it will be too late for me to study. So I think social media, is a big distraction towards academic work. So so I think a solution to that could be setting time limits on how much time you spend on social media.
Yeah, that's really good. I didn't think about that, but that's really good. Tiana, wait a second. In grade 7 or 7th grade, you were a day scholar.
Yeah.
How did that affect you? Like, you had your phone and looking at you like TikToks and Instagrams. Yeah.
So yeah, when I was in grade 7, I was a day scholar, but my mom was very strict on my studies. So up until date, I've got time limits on when I can use my phone. So in grade 7, there's an app she would use to like shut my phone off just so I could study, and it paid off. Yes, I passed grade 7. Grade 9, I won't lie, I did become playful because I had more time on social media. But in grade 10, which was last year, I saw that I was pulling myself back together, and I'm happy that my mom sent me to a boarding school because she told me, Tiana, you've got potential. These are not your results, you've got potential to do more. And I came here, and my first term of being here, I got 6 points, and I was so happy. And I just want to continue making her proud. And I'm happy that I don't have social media and like the day scholars to distract me. But also, being a boarder is somehow, like when we go home and then we're back to our phones, we abuse social media. But I think that's something we as boarders should try and control, because just because we haven't been on social media for months doesn't mean we should make up for all that time. I think we should still remember that Christ is out there and looking for us. Yes.
That's really good. So I've really enjoyed this little talk. Like, I've learned a lot from 3 of you, and I'm glad to have you. And unfortunately, we come to the end of our podcast. So to our listeners, thank you very much for paying attention. And to you guys, thank you very much for interacting with me. And I would like to give awareness to everyone that what has been given will help others out there. Well, unfortunately, this is where we say our goodbyes. I had my beautiful friends, Samuel and Tiana, our beautiful chaplain. We had Nevaeh, and I would like to say thank you for our viewers, and stay connected, stay tuned. Next time in same place. Thank you very much.